everyone. Today we'll discuss the topic reproduction in organism. So this is a topic which is useful for the 11th standard and 12th standard students. So we'll start with this topic. Now first we'll define the reproduction. How can you define the reproduction? So it's a biological process. It's a biological process in which an organism gives rise to their young ones. Their young ones, or we can also call it as a offspring, similar to itself only. So this is the definition. It's a biological process in which an organism gives rise to their offspring or young ones similar to itself only. So basically again, this produced offspring would show growth, it tend to attain the maturity and again reproduces. So basically again after that the produced offspring again shows this kind of a cycle. So we can say that it's a cycle of growth, maturity and a reproduction and finally the death. So this is the cycle. So we can also conclude here reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. You can just write it down here. Reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. So because of reproduction, it is possible to maintaining the life cycle. So I'll just put it in another way. For example, life starts with birth and ends with the death. So the duration between birth and death, which is called as a lifespan. Actually, this is the lifespan. So after birth, the person or the organism would attain the maturity, and here it's a basically initially we'll call it as a growing phase, or we'll say growth, and then after that here any organism would start showing their reproductive ability. So reproduction, so basically from birth to death, which is called as lifespan. So lifespan, it's a duration between birth to the death. So now today we have to focus here on the reproduction. So reproduction is here, and a number of organisms have lots of diversity in their reproductive mechanism. So we'll see that in the organism. So now organism we'll see multicellular and unicellular. So organism unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means the organism is made up from one cell only, and multicellular that is the more than two cells. So it can be thousands, it can be million, it can be trillion. Multicellular. Multi means many, uni means one. So can anybody tell me the example of unicellular? So yes, हमारे दिमाग में एक ही एनिमल सबसे पहले क्लिक होता है और वो आई गेस अमीबा ही होगा. So amoeba is the best example to remember in unicellular one, and multicellular में तो there are the lots of example. We can consider our example human, then we can consider cat, dog, tiger. So these are the multicellular animals, and unicellular में amoeba, paramecium, yeast, and some bacteria also. So now how they are reproducing themselves, these unicellular creatures, and how they are producing themselves multicellular way. So we'll have to see that in detail. So on the basis of their cellularity, the reproduction has two types. So we have to see that these two types. So reproduction, the first type is asexual reproduction, and the another type is sexual reproduction. So now first we will see what is the meaning of sexual and asexual. So here asexual means here there is only involvement of only one parent or gamete. So it requires the involvement of only one parent or gamete. And here sexual reproduction means here it requires both the parents, male and female gamete. So it's an involvement of both parent, like male and female gamete. Male and female gamete. Now one more differentiating point we can discuss it here. The product of asexual reproduction is exactly similar like parent one. So the product of asexual is exactly similar to parent cell, and here because there is an involvement of two gametes, so there would be union of male and female gamete, and the result of union of male and female gamete would be zygote and producing a new life. So basically here you can observe a variation in new life, new organism or new offspring. Now asexual reproduction, basically it's a you can say adaptation, or mostly seen in unicellular organism. Asexual reproduction most of the time seen in unicellular organism, and here we can say that sexual reproduction generally multicellular or creatures show करते हैं, and at the same time some of the unicellular also can show this kind of a sexual reproduction. So this is how it is. Now we have to see types of asexual reproduction. So we'll have to see that types of sexual reproduction. So first type of sexual reproduction is binary fission, or we can simply say fission. Fission means any cell, it splits into two parts, and that is our two daughter cells. So fission has a first type, binary fission. Bi means two. The one fully grown cell now has to divide into the two daughter cells. Bi means two. One cell, दो cell में divide होगा. So this is the binary fission. And it also has the another type which is called as multiple fission. Multiple fission. So binary fission example is again amoeba. Amoeba is reproduced by the binary fission. So here it's a diagram of amoeba. Now see, look at this is the nucleus and this is our parent cell. This is the parent cell and this is the nucleus. Now in next stage would be, this is getting elongated like this. The nucleus is getting elongated because now nucleus has to divide in such a way that in order to produce the two amoebas. And then next, here it is getting stretched up. But then when the nucleus is getting stretched up, this is the body of the amoeba is also getting into the two halves. So this is the second step you can say, and finally we'll get the two amoebae. So from one cell we are getting two amoebae, means these are our daughter cells. These are our daughter cells. So basically from one cell will get two daughter cells. Daughter means new life or new organism produced from the single cell, which is called as binary fission. Bi means two, मैंने पहले ही बोला था. Binary fission में एक cell से it has to produce the two new life daughter cells. So this is the binary fission. Now multiple fission. Multiple means the organisms would form a number of nuclei, and for example Plasmodium, the organism is forming a number of nuclei, and these nuclei would tend to come out, and these will be forming a multiple fission. Multiple means this is Plasmodium is the causative agent of malaria. In order to attack on the host, it has to produce the number of nucleus or number of, you can say, a infective stage, which is called as sporozoid. We'll see in the human health and disease chapter. So Plasmodium, it's a multiple fission. Here it has they are the number of nuclei, and when it is getting ruptured out, oozes out, it produces a number of Plasmodium cells. So it's a multiple means number of organisms at a time would be creating by this multiple fission, and here only two. Okay. So now we just now discussed the fission. Now next would be the budding. Budding is also the type of asexual reproduction. Budding, it has also two types: exogenous budding and endogenous. Exo means, suppose this is the cell. Exo means it has to form outside of the body. It has to form outside of the body. Exo means outer side of the body. And endo means, here we can say that endo means it is forming inside of the body. Endo means inside of the body and exo means outside of the body. So basically here exogenous budding formation. Budding, let me tell you what is the meaning of bud. Bud is the simply outgrowth which is developing on the parent cell. So you can say simply it's an outgrowth on the parent one. So here this is the bud, and this is the bud. Eventually this is separated from the parent cell, and this is our parent cell, and this is the bud. So after some time, or eventually it detaches from the parent cell and it falls on somewhere where it gets its favorable condition, and also it gives rise into the new cell. So this is our new organism. So here also with the help of budding, it would be this creature, this new life would be produced from the budding by asexual means. Now here endo means inside the organism or inside the life. So endogenous generally observed in the Spongilla. Spongilla is a member of Porifera, non-chordata, and Spongilla, now see, there are number of birds, they are getting developed inside of the body, and eventually they will just come out from here and they will be growing into the new Spongilla. It's a freshwater. Spongilla is a freshwater dwelling organism. So yes, exogenous means inside, exogenous means outside the body but still attached to the body, and here endogenous means inside of the body. Okay. So now this was the budding. Next we have to understand the asexual reproduction type, which is fragmentation. Fragmentation, fragment means, इसके नाम में इसका मतलब है, fragment means it should be a thread like structure or thalloid like structure. So fragment, suppose for example now I have a fragmentation generally seen by algal creatures or algae. So this is the fragment. So what happened, sometimes this fragment accidentally gets detaches from the parent one. So ये यहाँ आ गया, and now this has to develop the new life. So basically the fragment also have a ability to grows into the new algal form or new organism or new life. So this is called as fragmentation. It's a simple reproduction type. तो फ्रैगमेंट एक्सीडेंटली सेपरेट हो जाता है पेरेंट फ्रैगमेंट से, और उसको वो खुद एबिलिटी रखता है जस्ट टू ग्रो इनटू द न्यू फ्रैगमेंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज फ्रैगमेंटेशन. नाउ नेक्स्ट would be by means of spores. These are the extra additional special features nature has given to some creatures, or we'll see some creatures means algae and fungi. Again same thing, these are very simple you can say creatures on earth, and they need to have their reproductive means. So spores, they have additional extra features for the asexual reproduction. Spores, first we'll discuss in terms of algae. Algae has a zoospores. Algal creatures would have a zoospores. Now what is the speciality of zoospores? Zoospores are motile. And why they are motile? Because they have a flagella. So this is the zoospore, and it has a flagella. So that motile means it can travel from one place to another place, and this is the zoospore. It's a very important concept, guys. Zoospores, you have to remember it throughout these 2 years for the NEET preparation. क्वेश्चंस इस पे काफी बार पूछे जा चुके हैं. अलगे ये कॉन्सेप्ट पे काफी बार क्वेश्चन पूछे जा चुके हैं, उसमें से जूस्पोर एक है जहां आपको क्वेश्चन नीट में हो सकता है. नाउ नेक्स्ट वुड बी फंगाई. नाउ fungi has a conidia, but this is different from the zoospore. It is not actually the motile, it's a non-motile in nature. Non-motile मतलब it cannot able to migrate from one place to another place. So ये एक जगह से दूसरे जगह पे नहीं जा सकता है. That is the meaning of non-motile. It's here in case of this, it's an example of Chlamydomonas, and here example is Penicillium. So here they are actually available in chains. So ये chains में होते हैं ऐसे. These are the conidia. So they are non-motile and also non-flagellated. Because of that they are non-motile. So they help as a spores for the asexual reproduction in fungi. So we have seen fission, then we have seen budding, fragmentation, spores. So these all are the types of asexual reproduction, and in next session we'll discuss the asexual reproduction but in terms of plants. So I hope you have all understood asexual reproduction, and then if you have any doubt you can let me know. And if you like this video, just subscribe it and like the video, and that's it for the today. Thank you.